everybody, I'm Thatcher Aldon.
And I am Clara Hawthorne. Today's lead story, Iraqi forces retake Ramadi.
That's right, Clara. Sporadic fighting continues, but ISIS has lost the Ramadi stronghold. Tom Officy has more on this developing story.
This is what it takes to retake a city from so-called Islamic State. The scene in Ramadi after a 6-day offensive with Iraqi soldiers leading a ground campaign supported by airstrikes from the coalition forces. Iraqi troops fought a battle street by street, house to house. IS fighters had months to build their defense. The whole city center was booby-trapped. But the security forces have now forced the jihadis to abandon their stronghold, the former provincial government compound, from where they organized their resistance. Taking control of this position is key to retaking Ramadi. Sporadic fighting continues in the neighborhood, but Iraqi forces are confident they now have the upper hand.
Our operations that started a few days ago saw a rough day today for the armed forces and counter-terrorism forces. But we gained control of Al-Huz, which is the key to enter the governmental square.
And this is what Iraqi soldiers want to forget when they abandoned the city to Islamic State fighters. Pictures of their hasty retreat were an embarrassment for the country. It's taken months for the security forces to work out a plan to retake Ramadi. They first isolated the city from all sides to cut off IS militant supply routes before this final push. This is a success in the fight against Islamic State, but it is only the start of a battle that will get much tougher in the north of the country. Tom Officy, BBC News, Baghdad.
Well, that certainly is good news.
It sure is, Clara. Wait, we have breaking news. Going live to Evelyn Chambers in the kitchen.
Thank you, Thatcher. I am reporting live from the kitchen. Jessica Reeves nowhere to be found. As we all know, Miss Reeves prepares the breakfast for all the children in the area. I have located Commander H.A. Rivers. H.A. Rivers, what do you have to say about this current situation?
Well, first of all, I just need to say everyone needs to remain calm. We're currently investigating the situation, and we will have Miss Reeves in custody soon. But everyone needs to remain calm.
There you have it. Miss Jessica Reeves remains at large and no breakfast has been made. This is Evelyn Chambers reporting live from the kitchen. Now, back to Thatcher in the studio.
That's disturbing. Very. Now, a brief word from our sponsor.
Hey, Aldon! Huh? Rusty! Rusty! Hey! Hey, buddy.
Dogs bring out the good in us. Pedigree brings out the good in them. Feed the good.
Okay, go ahead.
It's time for Smokey's Corner. It's top news' own Smokey Z. With sports, how about some good news, Smokey? And as we all know, the Eagles need a win. 2 wins to be exact, to advance and win the NFC East. While they need the Redskins to lose. And the Redskins only need 1 win. And the Eagles strike first, but Kirk Cousins throws it to Jordan Reed, who he'll hit a lot for a touchdown. 7-6 after the Redskins miss their extra point. Kirk Cousins throws it to Jordan Reed for a good gain down to like the 13th yard line. Kirk Cousins sets back again, throws it to Jordan Reed for the touchdown. 13-7. But the Eagles had a lot of miscues. Like Sam Bradford throws it wide. There's a wide open receiver, Zach Ertz, but misses him. And then, so you got Sam Bradford again. Throws it deep to Agahaller, who gets it right on the money, but he he drops it. If you didn't see that, we'll give you an up close. And it looks like it might have been tipped by the defender. And the Eagles coach, Chip Kelly, looks really disappointed. Kirk Cousins steps back and just lobs it to Pierre Garçon. And that was the end of the game. 38-24, Redskins. So sorry, the Eagles are not in the playoffs.
It's okay, Thatcher. There's always next year.
I suppose you're right. Finally, our last story is about how China is asserting its control in the China Sea. Our report is from Rupert Hayes, filing from the Philippines.
It's just before dawn on the Philippine island of Palawan. Even at this hour, it's hot, but there's no sign here of the trouble brewing a few hundred miles out to sea. I'm about to take off on a trip the Chinese government has tried to stop. As we roll down the runway, we're all tense. No one has tried what we're about to do. We're now heading southwest towards a number of Chinese-controlled atolls. These are places where the Chinese have been doing massive land reclamation over the last year and a half. We really want to go for two reasons. One, to see exactly what the Chinese are doing. Secondly, to test, to see if the Chinese will try to stop us. Because the whole of this area is, according to most countries, international airspace. Just 140 nautical miles from the Philippine coast, we spot new land. This place is called Mischief Reef. Until a year ago, there was nothing here, just a submerged atoll. Now look at it. Millions of tons of material have been dredged up to build this huge new island. Then as we close to 12 nautical miles, this.
Foreign military aircraft in northwest of Mischief Reef. This is Chinese Navy.
Down below, we can see a pair of Chinese Navy ships. Our pilots are nervous. They want to turn away. We're a civilian aircraft flying over international waters, and yet we're being repeatedly threatened.
Chinese Navy, we are a civilian single-engine aircraft carrying passengers.
So what we got again there is the Chinese sending out that message. Foreign military aircraft, unidentified aircraft, leave this area immediately. Chinese and in English. Our captain then responded saying that we're a civilian aircraft, not a military aircraft. But it didn't make any difference whatsoever. They just repeated that threat. Just leave the area over and over again. As we fly on, the full extent of the construction is revealed. The lagoon is teeming with ships. A cement plant is visible on the new land. And then for the first time, a clear view of the new runway China is building here. A Chinese fighter taking off from here could reach the Philippine coast in 9 minutes. In the last year, China has built at least 7 new islands and 3 new runways in the South China Sea. One here at Mischief Reef, another at Subi Reef, and the biggest of all at Fiery Cross. The aim is to reinforce China's claim to the whole of the South China Sea.
China Navy,
America and its allies are now responding.
International freedom of navigation rights.
And over the radio, we now hear one of them.
In accordance with the International Civil Aviation Convention and the United Nations Convention.
What we're hearing is an Australian military aircraft asserting freedom of passage.
China Navy, we are an Australian aircraft.
More than 40% of the world's trade passes through the waters below us. China is determined to assert its control. America and its allies say they won't let that happen. But as we have found out, it may already be too late. Rupert Wingfield-Hayes, BBC News, in the South China Sea.
From all of us here at Top News Network, we wish you a good day and a safe night.
Goodbye.